What's up, coolers, and welcome back to Barça Dream Team. And today we're going to be discussing the presentation of Jules Koundé. We're bringing you all the information about Koundé's big day and key quotes from the man himself as Koundé took the opportunity to slam Chelsea. We're also covering the huge topic of Lionel Messi's potential return to the club as Laporta addresses the issue. We hope you'll subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're super excited about today's video, so let's get started.
But first, let's take a look at the summer acquisitions Barca have completed so far. It's been a magnificent effort from Laporta, Almani and the board to bring in such top quality players. Koundé becomes Barca's sixth signing, including Pablo Torre, and I think the club now has the assets to reach the pinnacle of world football. Koundé follows Frank Kessié, Andreas Christensen, Rafinha and Robert Lewandowski into Barca's first team. The deal to bring him in is worth a total of 55 million euros. Now that's actually quite a bargain considering Chelsea's offer, which was reportedly close to 70 million euros. We know that Koundé snubbed Chelsea for the move to Barca, and he had to wait for the club to gather the funds to complete the deal, and this was something that Laporta was very grateful for.
Now, Koundé already completed his first training session in the Barca colours last week, and I've gotta say, it really suits him. He was put through his paces and passed that all-important medical, sealing his transfer to Barcelona. And guys, this is a player who's very capable of being physical in one-on-one situations. And he is excellent at rising above opposition players despite only being 5'10". And in a similar way to Liverpool's Diogo Jota, he could chip in with some goals from set pieces due to his superiority in aerial duels. But today was Koundé's official presentation in front of the media and his family. He posed with the Barca shirt, took part in a rondo and did the traditional keepy-uppies, and he kept it quite simple really, but it was quite skillful for a defender. And he was genuinely happy to be here. He always wanted Barca from the start, even to the extent that he snubbed Chelsea.
It was really great to see Barca secure the signing, especially after so many offensive additions to the team. He's got great La Liga experience and he won the Europa League with Sevilla. He can really solidify the defence. And guys, the agreement's been reached with Sevilla and Koundé signed a 5-year contract with a whopping €1 billion release clause. And it's excellent that we've signed yet another player who's made sacrifices to join Barcelona. For these players, the priority is the sporting project, not the extortionate pay packets. The turnaround's been absolutely amazing, from the lows of successive Champions League exits to the potential of this growing squad. And President Laporta was very thankful to Koundé for his effort to join Barcelona. He acknowledged that there was a lot of interest from other top clubs, mainly Chelsea, but he chose Barca. Koundé expressed that it was an easy decision for him to reject Chelsea's larger offer to link up with Xavi at Barcelona. He made it clear that the sporting factor was the main reason for his switch from Sevilla to Catalonia. And this transfer marks the 5th victory in our continued war against Chelsea. 5 players have placed Barca above Chelsea, and again it's a case of that pulling power that we've discussed in previous videos. Even the name Barcelona sells itself. Players come to Barca to win titles and make their own mark on the history of the club. But Koundé made it clear that the decision was an easy one. He wanted to stay in La Liga. And when asked about whether his experience in Spain would make it easier to acclimatise to Barca, Koundé very firmly agreed. He really values his time in the Spanish top flight and thinks that it's really helpful for him to adapt to life at Barcelona. I mean, guys, he's a really top centre-back and he can really bring a lot to our team. President Laporta made it clear that with all the signings we've made this summer, we need to make arrangements to register them before we can attempt any further operations. Because there's a deadline for the registration on the 13th of August. Laporta suggested that Barca would be relatively inactive in the market in terms of deals being confirmed until that date. He said that there's still a lot of time to go in the window, so I think it'll be a little quiet around Barcelona for once, with a focus on outgoings.
And Laporta confirmed that one of the deals that has been completed to fund the Koundé deal and allow for registrations is the deal with Socios.com. FC Barcelona will sell a 25% stake in Barca Studios to the fan token platform. The deal will bring in 100 million euros. But that's not all, because President Laporta didn't rule out the confirmation of the third economic lever on the horizon. But now we have to move on to the big one, guys, because Laporta addressed the rapidly developing Lionel Messi situation. Now, speaking last week, Laporta seemed open to the idea of bringing Barcelona's greatest ever player back home. He even said that his exit was provisional. He said that Barca are indebted to Leo, and you could feel a sense of guilt in his words. Although it wasn't entirely his fault, Laporta started to take some responsibility over Messi's departure. Speaking on Friday, Laporta said, "We would like the end of his career to be with the Barca shirt on, applauded at every stadium he plays at. And that prospect is enough to make any Barca fan excited. To top off all our dealings this summer with the return of the King would be a sign of a revolution taking place at Barca. And who better to lead Barca's rise back to the top than Lionel Messi?" But in a change of events, Laporta really did change his tune today. He refused to discuss Messi's return in the fear of being misinterpreted and fueling some intense speculation. But don't worry, guys, because I believe that the deal for Messi is very much on. Although a conclusion may not arrive this summer, I think it's just a matter of time before we see Messi representing the Blaugrana again. But let us know your thoughts in the comments. Which side of the fence are you on? Would you re-sign Messi, or do you think that ship has sailed on the greatest comeback in footballing history? But one player who will definitely be with us next season is Jules Koundé. And the prospect of Araujo and Koundé being the heart of the defence is enticing to say the least. The duo could form a rock-solid partnership for the next decade and could firmly put Barca back on its perch at the very top. These two can really take the world by storm, and I think what's often overlooked is their complementary play styles. Now, Araujo's really more the aggressive type, charging at players or jockeying to capitalise on the opponent's errors. Koundé's more the patient pickpocket. He'll retrieve possession from the opposition and carry the ball forward before the attacker can even realise that the ball's gone. It's a really tantalising prospect, which could even give us the edge over Los Blancos in the title race. Well, to know about that and more, keep an eye out for our video on the La Liga title race as we discuss all the details about that historic battle, and that will be coming very, very soon.
So if you like this video, guys, and you want to stay up to date with Xavi's Barca Dream Team, then make sure to hit that notification bell. Subscribe to BDT, and we'll see you next time. Visca Barca!